Everyone, welcome back to another 31-minute podcast. Jaxson, you're going to go the other way today.
Hello.
Jordan,
Good morning.
how are you both?
Feeling good. I'm
Yeah.
feeling dangerous. I'm ready to go.
Jackson's his haircuts are getting more prison-like every month.
Yeah, they're getting a bit more full on. I like them. I think they're good.
Yeah.
I went to dinner at the Turrigal Pavilion the other night. I got that many people just saying like how good my hair looks. You look really good right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's here to stay, I think.
I don't think so.
It's here to
You'll
stay.
look back in, those pictures you look at in 10 years' time, you look back and what was I thinking?
I know I will probably say that.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind it, but
Yeah, it's a young man, I understand. It's like, you look like you want to intimidate people and stuff like that.
I just like the haircut. It's just like the mullet's slowly gotten more mullety. Like it's been like just all the one hand, then it's got a bit shorter. Now it's like shaved on top. With the mullet on the back.
bring back the mohawk, I say.
The mohawk, yeah.
That'll be the next one.
So what are you guys talking about today?
What are we
We've had
talking
lots-
about?
We've had lots of messages and things. We're not going to do many of them today. One I do want to address is newborns. So I've had so many people say, how do you live with a newborn and do everything?
Talking about this last night.
We're actually talking about this yesterday, weren't we, Jordan?
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that at some point. And then what about you guys? Why don't you guys start at this year? Kick the two. This is our first one back. We're supposed to do cookie out of the gates.
We were supposed to do cookie out of the gates.
I think we should do cookie next week.
Yeah, my whole family's still staying at her house.
Right.
So I'll just assess. You don't want
I'm
all
actually
mine,
really
'cause-
excited about cookie one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of what?
Yeah,
And
that's right.
random answers to questions that don't make sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be great.
That'll be like me fast forwarding 40 years and still doing the podcast with you guys going, where are we up to again?
Yeah, I look forward to doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's important to you guys? Let's start with the younger generation today. What's important to you guys at the moment?
You go, Jacko.
No, don't
Always do
deflect,
that.
Jordan.
He always goes, yep, you Jacko.
You're
go
heading into a new year and all of that stuff. Like, what's going through your minds from a younger? It's different. I watched Steve Bolden do a video the other day, and it was to the Inner Circle group, and he did a video saying, if you want to make $1 million a year and you put 5 goals down that you got to do every day, ice bath isn't one of them.
Is that what he said?
I thought that was very funny. I actually laughed really hard. Because time in a season, different things, we've talked about this yesterday in general,
Yeah.
but I want you guys to start this. But it's a really good point. It's such a good point because, yes, it's good for you and it does all of this stuff, but it's not really in line with that goal.
Yeah.
It's a different goal.
Yeah. It's like a later on goal.
Well, later on, yeah, or it's an additional goal at the moment. You want to jump in an ice bath, go knock yourself out. But that has nothing to do with writing $1 million or making $1 million a year. Some people may say, oh, it's good for your mental thing and it keeps you out of comfort. That's exactly right. But you can have an ice bath every 10 minutes of every day. It's not going to do anything for your wealth position.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Well, I don't have any health goals. None.
No health goals?
None. Zero. Because I get up, it's a habit. My morning routine is that I exercise and eat, but it's not like I'm not like I got down, run 100 kilometers as a goal, because like you said, that's not what I'm striving for. Mine are all career-based,
Yeah.
which is what they should be at this point in my life. You're right, time in the season. I like time in the season. It makes sense.
Yeah, time in the season, for sure.
But for you, you've achieved every goal you could physically achieve pretty much in real estate.
I'm
I
just
know you
about
want
to
to go
reinvent
further.
in real estate right
Yeah.
now. Yeah,
But health is important.
yeah, it is.
Stay young, keep fit,
Yep.
look good.
So what's that converting to? We have no preparation on this one.
Yeah.
I have some, but I'm interested. I was in the shower this morning, right? And I'm like, what the young guys are thinking about, what's their challenges? There's a lot of people, a big audience that watches this and listens to this, and they're your ages. So me sitting here talking about energy management might not be that important to them then. Might be a bit, but what's the things that are really staring you in the face? Because I remember at your age, I was like running that hard, it's not funny, and just not comfortable at all and afraid, anxious. Like it was just the most relentless time in my life.
Yeah. My biggest challenge at the moment is trying to sort my money out.
Yeah,
It's
your
a mess.
financial position.
Is
That's
an
good. I love
absolute
your
mess.
honesty. That's
Yeah.
very good. But we're doing that. You've got good
We are.
people around you right
Yeah.
now. So that'll be sorted out. But it is, you got yourself into a financial mess. Tax,
Properties,
no
tax,
planning,
yeah.
properties, extending yourself too far. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it's like I said to you a long time ago, slow and steady.
You said to me, yeah, you're right. I was moving way too quickly, but I like that and I have an appetite for it. But it's all caught up on me. But I'm not a financial advisor. I said to you, if I never had to open my bank account again, I'd be happy. I'm a real estate agent. I'm good listing and selling houses. If somebody could take care of the back end, I know you got to watch your money and understand it and know where it goes. It's the same as property managers. I think like if one of my properties, somebody says, oh, the roof's leaking or something, a property manager will just get any quote and get it done. But if I get it, it'll be sharper, it'll be more efficient. The people will do a better job because I'm on it because it's my property. So that's what I worry about with money and handing it over to somebody else is my mum's actually taking care of a lot of it. So I trust her with my life,
And myself.
and yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
I said to you the other day, I'll just step out of the way. Just give me an allowance.
We'll
and I'll
have
just
it all
keep
cleaned
running.
up in 12 months. Yeah.
But it's a good thing because if you're paying a lot of tax and all these things are happening, it means that your income's good.
Well, that's one way to rationalise your recklessness. But we've all been there. You've got to learn. So I've put a story up a while ago. The challenge is the opportunity is actually in the challenge. What you're going through right now, you're right. It's in the challenge. So when you come out of this, you'll be so much better for it.
Yeah.
You'll value money differently. You won't need to, like even, probably the end of last year, like I had quite a bit going out everywhere. So I just didn't buy any new work shirts for ages. We talked about this. And I go and, spend $5,000 buying 20 work shirts or 30 work shirts. I don't know how many it is, but 5, 6, 7 grand and go down, buy it, don't think anything of it. But I had money going everywhere. Like everywhere. And it was houses and things and this and that, which is not like me. So I was like, I just wore my old ones.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What was your relationship like with money as your career progressed?
I had no idea, but I had great people from the beginning with me. So I had Jamie and I had Jill, got Richie Glenn.
Did you know what was happening or did you
No.
just know it was being taken care of?
No, I was good at making money.
Yeah.
And I still don't pretend to be great at money, but I have a much better understanding of the value of it now.
Were you ever reckless with spending?
That's not my nature, but I'd do it in chunks. Like I'd go, I'd
know
go
you
out
bought that.
partying.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
When I was your age, like we'd go out partying and buy the whole thing, people everywhere drinks, and just put our Amex on the bar, things like that. Bought that Mercedes,
Yeah.
which was a terrible decision. Like now, like I just cancelled my new car because I was like driving along. I told you the other day, and I just like, why do I need a new car? I've got a 2019 Land Cruiser. It's perfectly fine. So I just cancelled my new car. I don't want it.
What about that video, and not throwing any shade, but just more for a conversation that you sent me with that guy talking about his officer's results and driving around in a Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about that sort of thing?
Well, what I would think and what other people would think would be different. I think that's really, what would you call it? Like not responsible.
There's a balance, right? I was thinking about this morning. So that guy, and this is the average business did like maybe 20 times less than our company. But you never post anything. So you never say that there was thousands of sales produced in a year. I hate when people say our GCI was this, because what does that have any relevance to the marketplace and people? But you also got to show that you are a company that are doing business. People are using you. So I've always wondered with McGrath, and Jamie's leading that ship from the front, why don't they actually tell people that the company's doing well? And we are selling a lot of homes in a respectful and non-polarizing way. No one says anything, like in your company. There's nothing said. We do, obviously. We market our business, which is a group within the business. But was that a decision that you made back?
I think it's our
Going back,
natures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's our natures. Like Jamie and I have been around a really long time and we've always done really good business. I think we have a good brand, and I spent a long time building my own sales brand. Like when I say my own sales, I said I wanted to become a household name. And I think we've always been, because you don't see Mercedes. Well, when was the last Lamborghini ad you saw?
I can't remember. I haven't seen one. I don't
There
think.
isn't one.
No.
I haven't seen one. And then even Mercedes don't, if you see it on TV, they just have like, the E63, zoom, zoom, that's it, like show it. But they don't sit there and say, we've sold 8,000 units across 85 countries, because everybody knows that brand. And an interesting thing I heard many years ago is Mercedes don't have sales.
What? They don't have sales?
They don't have sales, like not $49.95, drive away.
I understand, yeah.
They don't have sales. So like that's the price. And I think if you look at John McGrath, because it really stems a lot from that, like we resonate deeply with John. He's never really been a chest beater, but what he is a really great marketer. What's for the client. So your home's worth more with McGrath, which I love. I love that saying. And it's, he'll say, he's always looking for an attractive edge, I think, with John. That's what we've noticed about him. So when you see people it's like a fire hose. If I stood here with a fire hose and sprayed it on you, how would you feel?
I want to get out of the way.
Yeah, that's right. But if I put, like a nice bubble around you and filled it up with really good feeling stuff, you'd probably want to stay in there.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like that. So I think when people spruik their stuff, it's sort of important a little bit to let people know that you are active and you're there. But there's a really fine balance between a fire hose and keeping them feeling really nice in a bubble. Like there's a constant ebb and flow with that, I think. So we've always been on the other side. We've always been like, we'd rather see people see our sold signs. We'd rather have creative marketing. We spent a lot over the years on creative marketing, like good marketing companies, good marketing campaigns, stuff like that. Or like we'd have auction days where lots of auctions all at once, invite people. We'd rather people see
More
that
about a story
rather than tell them.
Yeah,
that's right. We've just never been like that. Even now, like I might post the odd thing, but I just like people knowing.
Even with the 31-minute platform, Steve's like, can you please tell people that we have a platform?
Yeah, but I'm not happy with it exactly yet.
Oh, right.
So like we're building the app.
Yeah.
It's if I really believe in something, then I'll talk about it and I'll, like it's there, it's good, people are getting a lot from it, but I reckon it can be better, which we're working on right now. So I think when it gets to that point, I'm like, as long as people get a lot of value out of
You
something.
need to be proud of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So it's been a real navigation for us. Like, is this part working? Is that part working? Like the challenges, we're just not doing them at the moment. But in the app, when it gets released, it'll be some great challenge. Well, not great. There'll be there'll be a great challenge in there that we're going to do every quarter.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
We had to refine it first. So things...
It's a new business.
Yeah. And I'd rather people not do something and be like, yeah, rather than I want them to get 10 times the benefit from it. Same as like when they do business with us. Like I like over-delivering.
Yeah.
Like it's the best. Even yesterday when we said about that house that we're going to today and the owners want a performance fee, but I'm like, no, we'll just do a set fee. Everyone knows where they stand. Like that's, rather than sit there and try and construct something where we're going to get more money on that particular house, I think it's better that we just do a set fee. They're going to get great value. We understand where it's at. They'll get all of us.
Yeah, we're all on the same team. We all want to work for that. There's
exactly
nothing worse than somehow getting positioned into a bad fee, and everybody's done it sometimes, and you're like, I don't even want to work on this.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. Well, honestly, like I can't pick the sliding scale. I don't think it's in anyone's advantage to do that, and that's what we're going to say today.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the marketing's building a brand. Like if you think about it, the brand that I've built in our area is pretty strong, but I don't really market myself hardly at all.
No, not at all. No.
Yeah. So
but you did.
A little bit. I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, that's right. I did. Now I've got that. I have got that position, and I sort of like having that. Like, If I was just posting things for the last 28 years of like how good I am, I think I would have pushed people away.
Yeah.
I would have.
So what's the best way to build the brand?
You got to do it in a way that resonates with you first.
Yeah.
That way resonates with me. Other people, I know many of them, other agents that, if you look at Michael Parlier, greatest real estate agent in Australia, I think, you would not see an ad for him anywhere.
No, he's just taken great care of people over a long period of time.
Great care, long period of time. The time is the thing.
Yeah.
Consistency, time. What about you, Jacko?
It's one of my videos to be really cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like they're getting better. I feel like I'm getting more of an eye with it. But like,
Yeah, you are.
that's about it really. Not really like gym, yeah. I'm still going to train every day and stuff. But I just want to get to the end of the year and be like, because my favourite thing to do is once we make a video, I'll watch it like 40 times just to, I'm like, oh, I should have added that or I should have done that. I just want to get to the end of the year and just be like, yeah, that's
You're doing very well.
Thanks. I'm enjoying it.
You've got some cracking videos out.
It's fun.
Really well. We're getting lots of comments from people going, great editing.
That's pretty much it. I just want to, like, by the end of this year, just my videos just be that next tier up, because I don't think I'm going to be like a Michael Bay director at the end of the year. But if they can just be a bit better by the end of the year, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I'll still train and eat well and do all those things and see my friends and girlfriend and stuff. But my biggest one is like work, same as Jordan.
I heard your mum wants you to move to Queensland. Not a hope in hell. Yeah. You're not allowed to go anywhere, mate.
Yeah, mum was asking me about it, and I was like, no. I was like, I'd be nice to live up here, but no, I wouldn't do it. I was like, I got too much.
If you were smart, you are smart, but if you were smart, you should say, Dad, I'm going to move to Queensland. I want triple the pay.
No, because then you'll be like, bugger off, mate.
I'll give it to you.
I'll get another one. No, it's fine. I see where this is going. I can see your vision with it, and I've been working on it for what, 2 years now, 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years.
Well, it's like building something
Well,
up.
you did get sacked. So when you were young,
yeah, but
when you were young, then you got sacked. Then you went off into the ditches for 2 years, and then come back.
I had to learn that. I think.
Yeah, you did.
I reckon if I like my pay went up when I was with you, I was 15 or something.
You'd be a heroin addict,
Yeah,
or something, or a drug addict or something. I don't know what you'd be. You were that off rails. I can't even tell you.
I remember I used to wait outside petrol stations for my pay to come in. I'd just go in and buy cigarettes. like I'd be going, Dad, where's my money? Where's my money? It was like so bad. I didn't treat my camera gear well.
So bad.
Yeah, but I feel like I had to learn.
I can't tell you the amount of camera gear you've lost.
Yeah, broken.
Thousands. One lens, like $5,000. Jack, where's the 50 mil? Can't find it. I don't know. I was like, okay. We lost the camera.
Drones in the
cameras,
water.
yeah. Drones, things. I don't know.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I just want to be, because I take really good care of all my stuff, and I really I enjoy it, doing it. So I just want, by the end of the year, to be like, to learn 100 new things, or just to be a bit more flowy with my editing. It's just, I'm a bit more work related this year than last year. Yeah.
Growing up. And how are you going after Logan?
Yeah, sucks. Up and down.
Yeah.
Like really down the last few weeks.
Have you?
Yeah, not sleeping. After, I think around
You
Christmas.
should have a sauna every night.
I have been, but my eyes, I don't want to go in there with that and make you sick. But yeah, no, I've been all right. It just sucks. It's like you can't do anything. I don't want to talk to people about it. Like,
No.
I don't want to talk to a counsellor. It's just sleeping kind of been getting pushed back. I get really tired in the day. But after Christmas, I think because all the family was together, it was like kind of happy time, and you could kind of forget about it for a minute. And then after I came back from Queensland, I've just been like panic attacks and anxiety filled, and yeah, it's been not bad, but it's all right. There's nothing really I can do about it. So just got to keep.
I have to try and sort that out. You should tell me about it.
Yeah, no, I think I do better with telling people how to feel better about it, like a Paris or something. Like a
Coaching people?
Yeah, like a Paris or something. Like I'll turn into like Dr. Phil and be able to tell her exactly what to do or how to do it.
You almost got the same haircut.
Yeah. Well, how to deal with it. And then but when it's me, I'm like, I just don't want to talk to anyone. I just kind of lock myself in this bubble.
Yeah.
Go for a walk or something. But
It's a hard one.
yeah, that's the only thing. It's just tough.
Next time you go to Queensland for 10 days, can you clean your house and the sink and things?
Yeah.
It was such a mess.
No, it was
It
actually
was disgusting.
The dogs
had
wrecked it.
ants all in the house, everything.
Yeah, that's not my fault. That's the dogs. That's the dog's fault.
Okay, let's go. Should we talk about newborn? Let's get that out.
I
of the
want to
way.
hear this. Yeah, I want to hear
Yeah,
this.
like people have said, how you're dealing with a newborn. I want to help people understand this. Like, it's not my first child. So I've learnt a lot over the years. Before Tara and I had a baby, I was really clear with what my capabilities are, and she was really clear with what she wanted, and that's what we worked to. So,
And is that agreement still in place?
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And it's not an agreement. Like,
Well, not agreement,
We
but-
didn't sign a contract.
Yeah.
But there was a really clear understanding, because pretty much everybody said to me, don't marry a young girl. You know, like, don't marry a girl that's younger than you because you want to have a baby. But so I was either going to be with someone with kids already or be with someone with no kids. And I think being with someone with kids potentially was a real risk for me.
Oh, there's no chance that you would.
Yeah, because I've got a number of them, and then
It just
if
would
it
have
didn't
been the
blend,
biggest clash.
it'd be the worst. And then I thought, like, well, you know, Tara doesn't. Not that there was other options, but it was more like everyone said don't go with a younger girl. Everyone. I don't think you did.
I was the only one.
Yeah, and because of that reason, but you know, been fantastic. So Tara has been amazing as a mum. So she's really risen to the occasion. She closed her shop down, which was doing all right. Like it was doing okay, and but it needs lots of attention. So I said to her, just close it down if you want to. It's up to her what she did with it, and she did. To her credit, she did, and she's just all absorbed in summer, and so that's been good. So summer sleeps through that. So she's a good baby too. So summer sleeps through. Might get up once a night, but
That's
think
fantastic. Imagine
really,
if
really
it
good.
was. I got a friend that just had a baby. It's up like 4 times a night.
Yeah,
Imagine that.
it's hard. Well, yeah, like Flora, Jackson's sister, was up 10, 11, 15 times a night. Jaxson was similar. It was just very difficult. So I knew what was like coming. We have a housekeeper. So Sue is amazing. She's like part of the family. So she just takes care of a lot of the stuff. She's off at the moment. Her dad just died. So Tara's doing all the housework as well. I cook Tara breakfast and I cook Tara dinner. And I do my cardio, all my morning routine up until 7, 7:15, and then Tara gets a shower, I feed Summer, and then at night Tara she was doing in the mornings, but she doesn't like it in the mornings, so she does cardio when I get home after training in the Arvo, and then she'll do all her stuff for an hour and I look after Summer. That's how it works. So I think that it's...
So you don't get up in the night?
No.
No.
I said to Tara, well, I've got to do this.
You've got to be at work all day.
Yeah, that's right. And I learnt from, I was dead with Jaxson, like getting up and, you know, Karina's like, get the kid. And I'm like, what am I going to do with him? Like, I can't feed him and things like that. So Tara bottle feeds now. She breastfed for a while, then she bottle feeds. But I have to say she's risen to the occasion amazingly. She's a phenomenal mum. So I think that's one of the reasons Summer's really, you know, her and Summer are like a little bit of a team. But she it was a hard decision to shut her shop down because she couldn't really divide herself between both very well. But that was completely her choice. So, yeah, she's done what she needed to do. So things are going all right. I said to Tara up front, newborns and me just don't mix very well at all because it's like I find them very stressful because you can't see what's wrong with them. And, you know, what's happening here? Once they get really worked up, I'm like, Tara. Yeah, so once they get to 2 or 3, where your niece is now.
She's fine. She just tells you what she wants.
Yeah, well, how old is she now?
3.
Yeah, that age is perfect. She'll be all me. I'll have Summer with me all day.
Yeah. Yeah, they're so easy at that.
They're good.
I don't know how you did it. Grew a business. Well, you're a brand new agent, no money, grew a business, had how many little kids?
Had 4 with Karina, with Jackson's mum.
Like...
Yeah. And then
it's unbelievable.
We were separated for most of
I know how hard real estate is now, and I just do real estate. That's it.
Well, it's one of the things I was thinking about in the shower today is energy management. So, like life is tricky. You know, like where you're at the moment, George, whether you say it or not, it's a big distraction having financial mess going on in your life. You know, like, so you've got to deal with it. You've got to go up to it, deal with it, however that long is to deal with, and then go. So like, it'll pass, but you've got to get through it. So whatever that is. So whether it's a newborn, a divorce, the death of a child or a brother, financial, all of that. Like you're going to have all of it for your whole life, all different things. And I think energy management is the hardest and best thing. It's the hardest thing because it's so easy to just keep running and not taking care of yourself. But it's the other way around. So the better you feel and the better you are, the more resilient you can be as well.
So when Steve said, if you want to earn $1 million a year,
Yeah.
one of your goals isn't doing an ice bath.
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah. But there is merit in having some sort of morning routine before you get into your career.
There is and there isn't. Yes, there is.
Because you said that back in the day you did nothing.
That's right.
But do you think that was the right way to go about it? No, because it only takes an hour, really, to exercise a bit, eat okay.
My mind wasn't there.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't really care. Like you are. You're like, I don't care about health. I'm healthy. Jackson's the same. Like
Yeah.
Jackson's like,
You know, Gary Bricker and all that, and Alex Hormozy, how they all do those morning routines and say this is how they do. When they were making those millions, were they doing that? Do you think?
No.
Or- no.
no, and that's exactly what I'm going to say. So it's like time in a season is the best way to look at it. But where you're at now, Jordan, 95% of your time is business.
Yeah,
But that's where you're
Yeah.
at, 95% of your time, because you've got to get a trajectory. You've got to get this lift off. It's like a plane. A plane just doesn't cruise at a cruising speed to take off. You know, everyone's sitting and then in the sky and off it goes. So it uses this immense power to push itself off in any area of your life.
Great. Yeah, that's great.
Even when I went into the fitness side of it, after, you know, I got to 43 or something and I needed to do something, what did I do? I like literally halved my workload.
Yeah.
But I had a team around me. But I got really selective on where I need to be because I've got to dedicate time to that,
Yeah.
to rebuild my body, to start achieving that part of it. So your finances, like you literally have to make some hard decisions, cut most of it off, buckle down over the next 12 months, and you'll get lift off with it. But if you stay where you are doing the same thing, it'll get worse and it'll be a mess even more for a longer period of time. So whatever you want to do and whatever you want to grow in your life, you need to do that. That's why Steve's saying an ice bath just doesn't even come into the consideration if you want to double your income. Because of time. So you can do an ice bath, so don't get me wrong, but you don't need to be you don't need to be Wim Hof. You might do as little as wake up without an alarm clock. That's it. That's it. You might just do as little as that, because it is very hard to build a brand or a business, personal brand, double your results. It's so hard. Like, it is really, really difficult.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're in business, you need every waking minute to be working on your business, literally watering the garden so it grows. You know, the amount of prospecting you've got to do, the amount of recruiting and everything, the whole lot, especially if you're a sole trader just starting. It was just me and Jamie originally. That's it. That's all it was. Me and Jamie selling houses. I remember the first house that we sold, we were so pumped because we had enough money to run for 8 weeks. That's all. So we put it all on the line. We're like, let's give it a go. And we did. And we sold the first house, and I was like, thank friggin' goodness for that. Like, okay, now next one and next one. But we were in his lounge room putting reports together and all of that sort of stuff, and we had no time for anything else. Last thing I'd want to do is sit in an ice bath.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested because I was obsessed about let's get takeoff with this thing. And that's what I'm saying. Probably most of the fuel is used in the takeoff area, especially for a rocket, but I don't know about for a plane. But the amount of fuel that you've got to use is so much. So that's why if you look at your life and say, what's most important right now? Well, most important right now is for you building a business. For Jackson, he said, what did he say? Did he say, I said, how's this year? And Jackson goes, I want to do great videos. I want to do. So that's a lot of editing time. People don't really appreciate how much editing it takes to do one video. So much, like look through it all, pick parts, put it together, make all the captions. Not just the camera part, holding part is the small part.
Yeah.
The editing, he might spend half a day putting it all together, and it's just a 1.5 minute video. You know, sometimes days, like a lot. So if he wants to do better videos, where's that time going to come from? So if Jackson's sitting in an ice bath and doesn't really want to be there, don't do it. No, don't do it. You've got to be really authentic with yourself. So for me, I'm like, if I don't feel like training and I'm really... Yesterday, I was watching Jocko Wilco, or whatever his name is.
Jocko Willink.
Jocko Willink. You know, he's that wrestler, marine guy. You
I don't
him?
know who it is.
Yeah, you
No.
do.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
saw his
okay.
face, you do.
Yep.
He looks like
Oh.
the epitome of an army
He's
guy.
on Rogan
Oh,
all the
yes,
time.
yes.
Yeah.
Shaved head. Yep.
So he interviewed the rock climber. What's that guy's name? Free Solo.
Yeah. I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
You know the one thing he took out of the whole thing if you don't feel like rock climbing that day, do not do it. That's what
Really?
he took out of the whole thing.
Yeah, right.
And if you watch Free Solo, do you remember when he went to do the first, have you seen it?
Oh, bits of it. Yeah.
Mate, you got to watch the whole thing. I got sweaty hands watching that movie. Like I was like, because there's this, whatever the cliff is that he climbed, the one that he's known for, he tried to do it. Like, so there's a year lead up to this to prepare for it. And he's doing all this stuff and doing whatever. Like he's the master of rock climbers. Still a year preparation. And then he went to do it, 3 o'clock in the morning, went to the thing, started to climb, didn't feel right, so he would come back down and didn't do it. He went about 100 metres up and then went, no, I'm not feeling right. So he'd come back down. But all the crews were there, everyone was there. This is all this, whatever, he couldn't do it for another 6 months or something after that.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
So it was amazing. So he, but if you think about that, you have to resonate with your next step. Otherwise, it's not the right step for you. So that's why I don't have an issue with him. He's a phenomenon. Like he's the most powerful guy in the world, I think, David Goggins. It's not about pushing yourself to the point, maybe for him, he likes it.
And that's it, yeah.
He likes it.
Yeah.
He likes that. But I'm not challenging him. He's a legend of legends, right? So I'm not at all. But I look at it and I go, if you're not feeling it, don't do it. You'll get injured. Something will happen because you're not in the energy alignment of yourself. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't run I can't do it, 100-mile thing. But that's his thing. That's where he's taken his mind, right? He holds the world's record for chin-ups. He does this and does that. Jocko
Wilnick.
Yeah.
Jocko Willink.
He said, in his world, you wrestle even when you don't feel like it. I understand what he's saying. But you'll pull a shoulder. Something will happen because you're not in that flow of alignment. No better feeling in the world than being in the flow of alignment. That's why sleep is so important. So if you're all business and you want to just perform well for the day, just get enough sleep and wake up with no alarm clock and train your mind to get up at 5:30 in the morning full of energy, full. Because now you're halfway in front of everyone. Because if you're waking up and don't rush. So if you're waking up and the next person's got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, couple of coffees or a coffee, no breakfast, rushing out the door, juggling kids, you're going to beat them. When you go to that appointment and you're in the zone and your tank is full, you're going to beat them.
Let me ask you something. So this is just another point of view on this. So there's things that I haven't wanted to do in the past, but my desire for success and my desire to get out of, to build wealth and to get out of a hole has been stronger than than the thing it is that I don't feel like doing. Okay. So it overrides that.
Yeah, for sure. Put yourself in alignment and then.
Yeah.
Put yourself in alignment and then. Don't go into the thing saying, I really don't want to do this. I can't wait till it's finished.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah. Put yourself into alignment. If you spend your time in alignment, you will. My journey's been a long time, really long time. But I really understand energy now. If you asked me one thing I would have done differently, really understood that earlier, if I could have, but I didn't. I didn't understand.
Is it like what Jason Day said when he said, I hated training, but I taught myself to love it?
Once I fell in love with it, he became number one because that's exactly right. So let's say prospecting. It's an important function of our business. Mm-hmm. You hate it.
I don't.
No, you do. I love it. All right. I love the cold calls with absolutely no purpose because I know that I'm going to chip away at it and list it at some point. You haven't given it that many, but you're starting to now. So if you've got a prospecting session for an hour, you have to have a bit of space around it, right? So you might be super busy and all of that sort of stuff. But you've got to, instead of, resenting having to do it, I've got to make these certain amount of calls, literally start to change the thought pattern around it and say, how good will it be when I list, that's what I used to say, how good will it be when I list this person's house in 10 years' time?
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm going to meet today. I don't know who I'm going to talk to. So much opportunity. It's a bit like that video we posted last night.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that. Put yourself into alignment and then. But if you're not in alignment, don't do it. Do something else. And you might say, well, you wouldn't do anything then. If you're not feeling great, why why do it. The result's going to be different if you're feeling reasonably good. Okay, coffee. Let's talk about coffee for one sec. I had Kira Olsen, who Logan grew up with, surfed with her whole life. Texted me 2 days ago. She's a beautiful 21-year-old girl. 3 coffees a day. She said, do you drink coffee? I said, no, never. And I used to drink energy drinks and all of this sort of stuff. She said, I'm going to, why? And I said, because I don't want the frequency change. Because it has no nutritional value. It masks your tiredness, makes you feel good for a couple of minutes, and then you're going to go back to where you were, but less, because your frequency is going to shift. So I just don't have it. And she's like, oh, okay. So she stopped and yesterday, she's so used to having 3 a day. She said, I feel fine. I'm like, yeah, stay like that now for however many months.
It becomes a habit, right?
Yeah, and you watch the clarity that you get from it. Like, I look at coffee now and I laugh at the thing because it's a fraud. I know some people like the drink or whatever. I don't, it tastes like rubbish, but it's like, people have it for a bit of a kick. No, they don't. They can, but you're not going to perform better after. Whatever goes up must come down. I'd rather stay gently like this through the day and managing my energy so well, eating really well, great thoughts, great energy flow, doing the thing that I feel like is the next logical step for me. Boom, 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 like that. So if I get up today, I didn't do cardio today. Yeah, I didn't do cardio. Why? Because I didn't want to be rushed. Because I got up, usually did the breathing, did the ice bath, did the light bed, and then I'm like, no, I'm not going to squeeze cardio, and I'd rather let it go and then stay completely steady with my energy, feeling really strong. Not rushed. Rushed is the worst position you can have. So if you're feeling rushed that's what I say to you, don't overload your days too much. How many appointments do you need to do, Jordan, a day?
2 MOs and 2 buyer appointments.
2 market opinions, 2 buyer appointments. That's an ideal day. The reality is you're going to do more than that sometimes, but I don't want you to do it too much.
Yep.
Because you're going to take that into the night, going to be all in your mind, and then the next day, and if you do that again the next day, where is it going to give? Like, where is it? It's going to give somewhere, because you'll start to feel overwhelmed.
Yep.
Once you feel overwhelmed. See, once you understand frequency, you can literally steer yourself. Like, you can steer yourself.
Rushed is the something that you can see so clearly when you're rushed, how so many bad things happen around it. Like, you're on your way out rushing, you drop your coffee, then you drive out into the gate, it's not open far enough. It's like, it's amazing how quickly it attracts just all of the bad things that could physically happen in such a short period of time. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It gets momentum, George.
So quickly as well.
It's so hard to stop. Like, it's literally so hard to stop. So that's why you got to get it early. Anger and overwhelmed is the same thing. When Tara does something that annoys me, I literally don't get angry with her now. Well, 99% of the time, I go, it's not worth it. I literally say to myself, it's not worth it. She could annoy the hell out of me, and I'm like, it's just not worth it. Because it's going to wreck my day.
Yes, it is, darling.
Yeah, that's right.
God, you're clever.
Yeah, I try and understand it more now. Why is she feeling like that? All right, well, let's fix it. Like sometimes she'll ask for a shake, and I'm just about to run out the door, and I'm like, but I'm like, sure, she must want one. So there's a great saying that I have, it's rush slow, rush slowly. So even if you're in a rush, don't rush, just go slowly and keep your energy steady. That's why energy management is the number one thing in your life if you want to increase anything in your life, anything. But you've got to give that as much energy as possible. So that Steve is right, the ice bath is irrelevant. Like, it's irrelevant. Tell me someone that stood up there and built $1 billion company and said that I'd build it because of ice baths.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
No one. Yeah.
Can I ask you to ask more questions? And it's running off what you just said. Firstly, what this laser machine, red light
machine, bed.
Can you feel anything when you're in there?
Yeah, it's hot.
Oh, it's hot?
Yeah.
Can you feel any difference in your skin and things?
I think so. Yeah. Well, it starts to smooth out. It's for collagen.
Oh, okay. I understand. And then second thing, are you pretty much eating a carnivore diet with just a little bit of vegetables?
No.
Is that what it is? No.
No, I eat fish and...
Because it looks like you've got one piece of meat or whatever it is, like fish or...
Yeah.
And then you've got a bit of like some tomatoes and bits and pieces around it.
It's like a Mediterranean diet, sort of.
Is that what
So
Tommy recommended?
Tommy gave me a full meal plan. So I go to Mick, the pod man, for pods and powder and advice. He's very knowledgeable. Fats. He's like an expert on all of that. So Mick the Podman actually just said eat one. Have you seen a cattleman's chop?
No.
Oh my goodness, they're amazing.
Chop.
Cattleman's chop. They're like a Fred Flintstone. You know who Fred Flintstone is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Fred Flintstone.
Yeah. Like a tomahawk.
T-bone sort of thing. It's amazing. They're the best. So he said, just eat one of those. 'Cause my iron's a little low.
Yeah.
He said, just eat one of them because I used to bleed out my bum a bit.
Okay.
So like, yeah. So it's like I had to go get it operated on and all that sort of stuff, like hemorrhoids and things like that. So that's all fixed now. But it's like, but my iron hasn't caught up. So it's like, he said, just eat a cattleman's chop once a week because I don't eat red meat anymore. Mm. But these guys, I respect them a lot. Mick the Podman and Tommy, they're fantastic. And
so why does Tommy? Because all I hear on everywhere at the moment, and it's probably just because it's a trend, is how good people are feeling just eating all meat. But Tommy said that that red meat causes what inflammation. Yeah. So why is does he like the carnivore diet, but he feels this is a better alternative?
I asked him the same thing.
Yeah.
Carnivore diet is good,
yeah,
but not sustainable.
Right.
Yeah, like no.
Not sustainable because for yourself, it's just you just couldn't eat it.
Well, I'm not Tommy, so I can't answer that exactly. But
you are so like fixed on making sure your health is at 150% that you've chosen a diet after everything that you know, all the information you've consumed, you've chosen to eat the diet you're eating now.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why you've chosen that diet.
Because it's really good.
Yeah.
So like I feel phenomenal. Like the pods and the powder and Mick in his world combined with Tommy's diet plan and all of Tommy's advice around. Like Tommy is a gut health expert as well. Like he's 40 years in gut health. Pretty amazing. PhD. So Tommy wrote out an exact plan based on what I'm looking to achieve with my body, how I want to look, how I want to feel, how I want my skin to be. And he wrote a plan. I just follow that exactly.
Is there a bit of a formula? Is it similar for most people with slight changes, or
no? It's based on. So he does your bloods.
Okay.
And then so when you, that's why I know you're getting something similar done, but I would talk to Tommy. He looks at all your bloods and then creates a diet based on your blood type. Your blood position. It's really good. It's amazing actually. So yeah, I feel the best I've ever felt. And even when I eat, like I ate takeaway the other night at Japanese, just no good. Like you can just feel it. It's so different. Yeah, but anyway, this cattleman's chop. I'm eating one of those. Tommy doesn't know that yet. I've got to tell him. But
is it a tomahawk steak? It's like
no, it's called
like
a cattleman's chop.
Yeah, okay.
But it's probably like that. But it's so big. It's like I killed a dinosaur, and I just chopped part of its leg off.
They're like a full. They're like come out for a table of 4 at some restaurants.
Yeah, no, not that big.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Anyway, have a look. You should eat anyway one a week. That's what Mick was saying. So yeah, so the energy thing, it's step by step. Take your time. Add a bit. You know, like what I'm living today was very different than 25 years ago. But if you need to build a business, do that. You know, be obsessed with that. Get to be the most successful version of you. Sure, be healthy, but you don't need to do much to be healthy, really. You've got to have a good meal plan, a little bit of exercise, and not drink and all these sorts. I'd get caffeine out of your life. Caffeine is the enemy, I reckon, of health. I do. I don't. People are going to write in, I know they are, and say, oh, that's ridiculous. I love my coffee. Good on you. That's fine. Go have your coffees. I see people running out of the coffee shops holding their cup like it's a treasure. That's fine. But what I'm looking at is it really? Like, is it really? I don't think there's any good level of alcohol. None. Not one. That's my opinion, no one else's. People might want to have drinks on the way. That's completely fine. Is there a good level of cocaine? No. Is there a good level of alcohol? No. Ask Tommy. It expands your brain. That's what a hangover is. I didn't know that. A hangover is pressure in your brain, plus the gases in your body. Watch Tommy's video. It's amazing. Why would you want to drink? Look at all the people going to Dan Murphy's, come out with shopping trolleys full of alcohol. I always look at them and think, one, how excited are they right now? They're so excited, putting it into their car. I love watching them, but I think, how are they going to feel the next day? I value feeling more than anything these days. You know, how do you do it with a newborn? Well, yeah, it's got some, you know, agreement and structure there. But at the end of the day, I'm feeling the best I've ever felt. So I know what it's like to go on benders and have babies. I used to lock Jaxson and his brother and sister in the house and go lay in bed because I'd been on a bender the night before. And I just locked the house so they couldn't get out and just try and go sleep. You know, I know what all that feels like. So you're looking at a different version of me. So I'm hypersensitive to, does this work or not work? I've tried so many things, so many things. So it's like, what am I going to let into my world and how well do I want to perform? I did a podcast the other day by myself called Living at Optimum or something. It's a bit like that. But cattleman's chop, should I eat that or should I not? I'm not really eating red meat, but Mick said some of my red blood cells are immature. So he said, just add a little bit of red meat, boom. But if I was drinking and I was vaping and I was drinking coffees, my body's everywhere. Is it a true reading? I don't know, maybe, maybe not. But if I'm the cleanest version of myself, completely focused, like now, 51, I'm like, let's reinvent my real estate career. I want to go to the moon. You know, I don't want to sit on the balcony and have barbecues and 6 beers and talk to mates. I don't. But that's just, everyone's got their own path in life. Some people might want to do that and absolutely love it. That's fantastic. But you've got to do so authentically, what are you feeling like you want to do next? For me, I want to push myself. I really do. I want to push myself and set an example for you. Someone wrote to me yesterday, I get messages all day, every day about stuff. Someone said, you are leaving an amazing legacy. You know, I'm not setting out to do that. And another guy, Ben O'Brien, who listens to all that stuff, you know, Benny from 33 Old Gossip, he said, I changed his life a couple of years ago, stopped drinking. He said, his life's never been better. It's not because of me, maybe an idea or an inspiration, a bit of this. I've got all these kids, they're watching me. What's Dad? I want them to remember me. Like, yeah, Dad is a little bit of a maniac, but he was consistent and committed. You know, like he was. And it's like, I'm not doing it for that, but what a thing to leave behind. My dad, how do I remember him? Drunk, on the floor, weeing himself. That's how I remember my dad. Do I want to be that? No. Like, I look at my dad all the time. In my mind, I think, what a waste. Like, he was so smart. One of the smartest guys. He went to opportunity school. That's where really smart people go and do what they want to do. Really good. I thought, imagine he applied himself differently. Imagine he died at 47. Imagine what he could have achieved. What was going on in his mind? That's what I think to myself. What was going on in his mind? You know, instead of saying, well, this opportunity of life is amazing. Logan, dead. What a waste. You know, what was going on in Logan's mind? Was I not there enough for him? I don't know. Don't know. His whole life I was. But imagine he made slightly different choices. Imagine what that kid could have achieved. What do you think?
You could have achieved a lot.
A lot. You know, amazing kid. Beautiful. Great looking. So talented. Love watching him surf. You surf with him. Choices. So powerful. Energy, choices. And that's why I'm like, I'm going to get this life by the horns and wrestle this thing to the ground. Like, what is actually possible for us? For you, Jordan, you're in a bit of a financial mess. Who cares? Choices is going to get you out of it. Choices got you into it. Choice is going to get you out of it. And I'm going to too. I'm onto your mum every day. Your mum and I text each other every day. We have got you covered. We're going to make you wealthy. But you're going to be the rainmaker that gets out there and applies yourself. Do you know?
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. When I talk about coffee, who cares if you drink coffee? But in my world, I'm like, I want to remain completely sensitive to frequency. Because frequency is what this whole universe is. I have spent so long looking at this thing and I'm like, what's going on here? What is going on here? We're born in this place. We're here running around doing this thing. What's it all about? Like, honestly, what's it all
like
about?
That.
Yeah. Frequency.
Trading pieces of paper.
Trading pieces of paper. Yeah, you give a note and then you're rich, and then no notes, you're not rich. Like, what the hell is this? You're already rich, Jordan.
Yeah.
You have energy that is like, we're here to expand energy. That's what I reckon we're here for. To learn how to use it, to expand it through thought and emotion and action. That's what I think it is. To see what we can create. So when you put something in that's going to affect your frequency or your energy and you've got a hangover, that's not operating at your best. That's not, sure, you've got to experience it to not do it again, for sure. We've all been there 1,000 times. But it's like a muscle. You know, it's like a muscle. And it's like you go, oh, I don't want to do that anymore because that's what's going to happen. I didn't know that 30 years ago. Now I do. I look at it and go, if I touch that, I know exactly what's going to happen. Yeah. So you've got to go through that sort of stuff. But we're here to expand energy. That's what I reckon it is. So at 28, you 29 yet? In a month, 2 months?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, sorry. 2 weeks.
8th of February.
That's it, sorry.
Aquarius,
yeah, so it's like you have, I didn't know this then, but at your age, and you go, you've been given a gift of energy, what are you going to do with it? Some people just ignore it, like it's what, they don't even know about it. But you're walking around as an energy being, saying every day you've got an opportunity. You go to sleep and you wake up. You go to sleep and you wake up. And then you wake up and you're like, okay, great. What now? Well, what now? What's your energy telling you to do? What's that prompt inside telling you to do? That's your indicator. But the more you dull that down by all this artificial stuff, drinking coffee, drugs, this, that, you can't hear the same thing. That's why I want to remain clean. I want all the promptings I can to say, go this way, do this. Because I want to see in the next, I've said it 1,000 times, next 10 years, how high can I go with this thing? Because I look at all these successful people out there, and I'm not lying and I'm not being arrogant at all. I go to seminars, I've watched this over the years, I look at these people, I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. Like, have you ever been that sort of thing? Like surfing?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm not going to waste the opportunity. I'm going to see if I can frigging do it. I'm not going to do it sitting on the lounge. I'm not going to do it sitting in the pub. I'm not going to play the pokies and do it. So all of that stuff doesn't belong in my life. But what does belong in my life is what am I going to do with today and how much can I dial it in and how much can I expand it? Like what's today going to bring? How good can I get it today? And then tomorrow. And then in 3 years' time, I'm going to be like at a place I've never been before. But imagine where you can go if you're really dialed in. Really dialed in. I don't want to go backwards 10 steps and then forwards again. So some of it's self-inflicted as well. Why would you want to go backwards and waste 24 hours? Once it's gone, it's gone. I'm 51, I'm not 31. Like I've just arrived and I'm like 51, I'm like, shivers. I've got a grandson.
Yeah.
I've got a grandson. What the hell? Jackson's a man. Look at this guy. He's a man. I'm like, wow, how incredible is time and energy? That's all been moving. You can just be oblivious to it, like my dad, oblivious to the thing. Die, and then that's it. Or you can say, hang on, I'm going to jump into this stream. There's a stream going on around us all. That's how you're operating, Jordan. Your heart's beating, you're breathing, all these things are going on in your body. There's a stream of energy in there just pumping through you. When you're clicked into it, you feel fantastic. I mean, fantastic. Have you felt like that? You look good today.
I feel fantastic.
I'd say you're in it today. Right in the zone. My job now is to stay in the zone as long as possible. Every day, all day. Imagine you stayed in the zone all day. We were in the zone yesterday, big time.
Pumping.
Look at all the stuff that happened yesterday. Things were going out crazy. And I look at that now. I'm an observer now. I'm like, am I in it? Am I not? Am I in it? Am I not? That's how I see it now. I put myself in it, that's where an ice bath's handy. For me, I put myself in it. And when you're in it, magic happens. So why would you not choose to be in it every day, George? Because people don't. People complain about this. People worry about this. We all worry about different things, but I don't stay there now. I don't want the new car. The reason I don't want the new car, I don't need the new car. Like, I don't need it. Like, everything I've got, I'm just really happy with. And it's that happy position where you want to be. Satisfied is the key. You know when you feel satisfied?
Yeah.
Yeah? How do you feel with your money situation? Satisfied?
No, not at all. No.
But imagine when you've got no debt, no tax people chasing you, no nothing, will you feel satisfied?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then you build on that.
Yeah.
That's the key. Get to that satisfied point and keep building it. Satisfied point, keep building it. Do you know how many times, and this is why I'm strong with caffeine and stuff, you know how many times I went to bed with pre-workout during the day, tossed and turned for hours on end, got up and felt absolutely crap the next day, or I'd get to sleep and say, like either one, or I'd sleep and take pre-workout. I thought, oh, great, I had a good sleep even though I took pre-workout. Like it was I won the lotto.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, just get pre-workout out of the way because it's like a lucky dip. How are you going to feel the next day? You know, these people like drinking 3 scoops and stuff like that. I look at it now and go, well, that's ridiculous. Just don't have any. I literally train now with none and I don't want any. So now I'm on this mission to train myself to operate in this space where it's like the zone all the time. I used to say get in the zone in the morning and then do your day. Now I'm like get in the zone all day. Imagine what happens. What do you guys think?
I think it's spot on.
Yeah, do you want to end it?
No, get up and get into it.
Anyway.
It's true. Stop waiting around.
All right, well, let's do cooking next week.
Cookie next week.
All
Yeah,
right.
sounds good.
Cool.
Bye.